62 for
Wow.
us. My name is Cedric. Joining with me today is Zach and Chris. We'll have to take care of some things. Couldn't be with us today.
Yes.
And as you can probably tell, it is actually daylight outside.
Yes.
Well, you probably can tell in Chris's.
No, I live in a cave, man. We have blackout curtains and all that stuff. So
But yeah, if I had my door open like I typically do,
you won't be able to see you.
Yeah,
Be like an angel. Like, oh, that's all we would see the whole time. Hear music.
In excelsis
that's if I turn the Christmas tree lights on.
Oh,
It brightens up pretty much in here.
listen, there's nothing better than sitting in your living room in the glow of your Christmas tree.
It is nice.
great.
I hate putting
It's
them
so
up.
peaceful. Oh,
But-
it's the worst. I would pay people to come fluff my tree.
Listen,
I'll put the ornaments and the lights on, but I hate fluffing the branches.
There's
I'm
a
so
reason
bad
why
about
that
it.
stayed up all year.
Yeah, like I say, I'm so bad about it. Like my wife literally took it down from the attic because I'm just like I despise getting it all out. That's like the worst thing ever.
And if it were up to her, y'all would have like 7 trees.
We would, and my son.
You have a tree in every room.
Yes.
We would.
And on the roof. And the tree in your yard would be a Christmas tree as well.
Yes.
I thought about doing that. We have a tree in our front yard. It's not like a pine or anything, but how about hanging stuff in there next year? But we will see.
Yeah. So this is gonna be our holiday / wrap up episode, I think.
Yeah.
Just with how the timing works out. With our recording day is typically Sunday, and with both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve being on Sunday, it's going to be kind of difficult for all of us to get together with everybody's families going on and doing different stuff. So we're probably going to make this one our wrap up episode. Just talk about some things of the year, have some festive holiday type of segments of the show, and we'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to be said this hour. You might see Grinch pop up behind Zach's window or something. I don't know.
I am the Grinch.
I'm booked. That's all I got. That's all I got. My kid's preschool, like Christmas program. He had that schedule from the Grinch on his shirt. I was like, "That's awesome. That's pretty
4
cool."
o'clock, following self-pity.
And speaking of booked, we have our tickets booked for DCI World Championship.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
if you know
We'll be
you're
helping
going to
push
that,
marimbas.
yeah. Again, we like to sit down in the front.
My favorite thing about sitting down there that close, one, you just hear everything because we watch it so much. But like the second thing is that it's so much cooler down there than it is when you're like up higher. Like it's like a legit 40-degree difference, I think, from sitting up top to down there, just blowing all kinds of steam in there.
I think last year, and I don't ever remember that being a thing, and maybe I just hadn't paid attention, but like being next to the staffs.
Yeah.
Sitting, because they would, I think they block off those seats for the staff, and I don't know if they've done that before. It was the first year I ever paid attention to it, but it was really cool. Just being across the road from some names and some folks that drunk or big heavy heads, and
you and I rubbed some elbows last time. We did. So
we did. We saw some
cool.
really cool people, and hope to meet some more cool people. We did. We met I think, was that family from Tennessee?
I think so. Yeah.
We met a really cool family from Tennessee, and talking about how the whole family liked the podcast, and the kid said where he was going to audition and next year and all this stuff. It was really cool. I think, I don't want to say we take for granted for what we do. I think we don't realize like how big of a reach we actually have.
Yeah, I was if people follow us on our socials, or this is a 2023 wrap, so we can just talk about this. But just the growth that our channel has had just this year alone has been insane. Like on Spotify, we had like plus 300% listenership and like all that stuff. And it was really cool to see how fast it picked up last year. So I'm excited to see where it's going, and we still got a lot of good steam going on. People subscribing and all that stuff makes it awesome. I'm an analytics junkie, so I have like YouTube Studio like on my thing. I'm always looking at Spotify and Apple and all that kind of stuff and seeing how many people listen. So it means a lot, man. Every view, every listen. Um, it's fun to know that people are listening to what we're doing. So.
Yeah, and I think for us it allows us to. I think we have an outlet for a lot of different people. For folks that like the podcast format, as far as just like us just talking about things, and you got those people. And I think we got a few people who like our reacts, and I think they like our reacts because we're not trying to overanalyze everything. It's really just our gut reaction.
They're shorter than our normal episodes.
They are. That could be a thing too.
We just have fun, and I think those episodes you get to see more of us.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't have banter and stuff on a regular full episode, but I mean that's literally what we do on the way to Indianapolis.
Or you watch our watch parties this year or anything like that. You got to see more of who we are. Which those were pretty good this year. They were pretty successful every time we did one.
Yeah.
So
good interaction. So and that's like I said, and that's why we keep saying like what are the things that you like to enjoy to watch us do, and we can do more of those. I know we kind of stepped off of Perk Talk a little bit. I think it's almost so much content to cover that we don't know what to cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once we get settled in, and of course I'm never settled in. I mean, in the middle, writing indoor show right now.
Your kids know the whole show yet?
They know everything I wrote so far.
Of course they do.
Which is only 14 measures. I hadn't wrote a whole lot. But we're trying to go a little bit different direction this year. It's going to be a slower process because what we're doing, I'm balancing between writing an A class and writing an open class. Like, if we go open, I want it to be easy enough to where I can transition into open. But if we stay A, I don't want it. I want it to be clean still. So it's
that's gotta be hard. I'm just sitting here thinking about that. Sorry, I'm just like, because you're saying you had to leave stuff for open, but it has to be A, like, so like, are you thinking like in your head, okay, I can like ramp this up if I need to? Is that how you're thinking about it, or like?
Right now, I'm leaning towards open stuff. So I'm writing the things open class. For my top kids, like I got a bunch of rookies still, and there's still some young. Like I got two eighth graders in the group that are on mallets, because for me it's still a training apparatus.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a good senior mallet player, and I got a couple of good junior mallet players, and they're not going to be there in 2 years. So I still want to train them, the young ones, so when they leave, it's just not this complete. It's a reload, not a rebuild. So that's the challenge. Is the show has to be competitive, but it also has to be fun, but it also has to be educational. But it also needs to be competitive. So like there's this it's this big balance of making all of those things, and it needs to be music too. It needs to be good music. So just trying to find that balance to where at the end of the day, we feel comfortable with what we're doing. We feel like we can compete with anybody, and we feel like we're entertaining the crowd, and the kids are learning something. So, it's more than just, I like this, I'm just going to put this on paper. Or, let's just put the hardest thing on paper so we can win. Like, it's a fine balance, and I think the kids are up to the challenge, and I better be, because we made bets. We made bets again.
Oh, no.
It's a 3-tier bet, so we'll see.
You're going to have a whole, like, Raider back tattoo.
No. The bet is if we, I think I said if we medal in A class, we got to medal in A class. So if we medal in A class, I'll get my left ear pierced, which I've had pierced before.
I'm about to say I was like I knew when you had that. So
yeah. If we make finals in open class, so that means we got to get bumped and make finals. So if we make finals in open class, I'll get them both pierced. And then if we somehow medal in open class, I'll get 2024 underneath for 2023.
I was really hoping to say you're going to get your nose pierced and then have a chain going from your nose to your ear. If you kids are listening, there's tier 4 for you. Right there.
That's a world class win this year. And as long as Fishers is there, we ain't got nothing to worry about.
Oh, man.
We got nothing to worry about. So, well, let's start with Zach. You had a good segment, so we'll start with that since it's Christmas. This will be fun, and it gets us thinking about stuff.
So I had the idea that we would do a naughty and nice list from just this past year. It could be WGI, it could be DCI, it could be BOA. Just anything that we've covered that, and not everything that's on the naughty list is something that we didn't like or is a bashing thing. Just things that, like, I'll just give an example. One of my things on my naughty list is whoever the staff member for the Mandarins is that decided to put people in the props and spin them 4,000 times, you're on the naughty list. But I liked it. I liked it. It was a good move, but man, you got some people on your list, I think.
That had to have been an interesting take as far as it's like you're sitting in the design room and you're like, all right, take it out. We're doing a show called Center Man, right?
What if we put people in these things and then spin them?
You imagine that they went up to that person with like a waiver form packet like this thick and just like dropped it like, I need to sign here, 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 and here, and here, and here.
Do you get motion sick?
We've been off.
Well, like, did they have like just an open call? If you are in the brass section and are interested in spending the last 30 seconds of the closer in a prop being spun, please contact.
Well, they didn't even say that. They probably were like, who all wants a chop break?
Yeah,
yeah, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so that's the first one on the naughty list, but it's a good naughty. A staff member, whoever's idea it was to put people in the props and spin them like a rotisserie chicken.
I'm gonna kind of go along those lines a little bit, and I'm gonna put the design staff of Blue Stars on the naughty list for doing a freaking show about Athens.
That's on my list. But I'm glad you said it and not me.
like only in DCI, maybe probably WGI, you can probably get away with it too. But can you get away? Yeah, in WGI, because I just thought of a show that almost crossed the boundaries. We could talk about a little bit later. But do a show about drugs and
right
and get away with it.
I mean, Blue Coats come close with their show design too, so.
Yeah, but that's using it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Use is somewhere in there.
But I mean, like Zach said, it was a really cool show idea. But man, to have the cojones to be like, you know what, we're going to do a show about Athens. Like, oh, okay, and have the nerve to have the sugar cubes and the spoons out there.
Mm-hmm.
But very, very cool. It was cool. It really was cool.
I think the coolest thing was that you don't notice it until you're there, but like they did the modulation with the bass drums and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was cool. That was pretty neat. So,
yeah.
I got one for the naughty list. It became a meme. It's from the Blue Coats. From the poem that they did their show based off of. And anytime anyone would make a comment with the Blue Coats, in a garden would be popped up. Like I can't remember exactly what the poem is off the top of my head. It's been a while, but like they would just literally do that. Whatever they would what they would repeat 8,000 times in their show. Yeah.
In
a chapel. That's what it was. Yeah.
A chapel.
Yeah. And all you would see on the comments would be a chapel, like all the way through. So the person that decided I'm going to chop that up and play that 8,000 times would be on the naughty list for that. But that was one of my favorite shows of the year. So I get that. That's my first naughty list one there. Gotta go
Another
nice.
naughty list.
No, you gotta go nice. We gotta be.
Oh, we're going nice.
We gotta go nice.
Oh, we left out one.
Well,
Are we gonna go back around?
We'll go back around.
Go back
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Don't worry, I've got another one too.
My nice list. I'm gonna get. You know what? The design team for Music City. They're on my nice list. They've been doing some great stuff. That group is making some great strides. So shout out to the design team at Music City.
My nice list. I want to go all the way to indoor, back to indoor with Ayala show this year. Their marching show with the throwback. It was basically like a history show for them. Had some of their best moments in it, and it relived a lot of their iconic moments that they've had over the past 10 years. The stuff that made them as far as like going back and questioning whether this was good enough, or moving props around better than anybody else in the history of the universe. Musical motifs. I mean, they've really took a stretch the past 10 years, not caring. Like, I think they wanted to win, but it wasn't the premise of their show designs. It was more of, how can we shake this activity up and make it not be so much status quo? And it was really enjoyable to watch live this year. So,
could you imagine being part of a program that you can do stuff like that? That's insane, man. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Ayala.
My nice list, I flipped back to DCI, and it was I guess resurgence would be a good word, but the resurgence of Phantom Regiments this year. That was, I said, Blue Coast is one of my favorite shows this last year. Phantom was probably my favorite show from 2023. Just really cool design, really cool ideas, great playing. I mean, that opener would just, you just got hit with sound nonstop. And so it's just really cool to see them back up there and watching them fight against Mandarins and the cadets, and going back and forth with all them. And I'm really excited to see what they do coming up this next season. So, which we'll probably know here in about a few months when they start all announcing shows. So,
Yep. Back to naughty.
Yep. Back to naughty.
Oh, back to naughty list. All right. Here's another. Okay. My naughty list, I'm going to take it to Kentucky. All right.
Ooh.
The Horn Line at Estill County. Good night. They're on the nasty list. That's what that is. Because that was dumb. That was so dumb. But good Lord, I wanted that. Man, that was, I wanted to inject that in my veins.
It was raw. It was.
We're gonna have to react to that if we can find it.
Yeah. It's up. I'm sure somewhere.
Yeah. It's probably really good.
Naughty. Oh, we can stay, and this is gonna be bad. We talked about this already, and I hate to talk about my alumni like this, but. These concession lines that were at state marching band championships this year.
How about the concession lines at the Murfreesboro show too? Let's just
hold on. You can weigh my naughty.
Sorry, we're gonna just make a blanket statement. Concession stand lines are on the naughty list.
So let's people that are in charge of these venues. The marching arts is a real thing, and they like to eat. Open up
And
more
it
than two.
takes all day.
I don't get it, man.
Open up more than 2 lines. You'll use them. They won't be bored. I promise.
I don't
I promise
understand.
you. They won't.
I guarantee you. I'm going to guarantee you. This is what they base it off of. They base off. I know for our states, I guarantee they base it off of state football, right? So I think they base off that, which is split over 2 days.
Mm.
This is one day night, and you have 5 classes
Yeah.
with
6
6 bands,
bands.
plus all the semifinalist bands that did not make it coming up to watch it. And those kids are going to eat. They're going to spend money. I teach middle school and high school kids. They're going to spend. They have money. They're going to spend it, even if they don't need it. We went to Colonial Williamsburg and went to this gas station, and people were trying to buy like little plush dolls that are like the cheapest thing. They don't need them, but they wanted to get them because they had to get something. Like I don't understand why people can't do it. I'm going to let my into yours say, which
Okay, that's fine.
and I was just going to go ahead and trash Murfreesboro again. Even though I did like a 30-minute rant on them earlier this year, they deserve every bit of that. Get your shit together. That's what needs to be down there. Other things are happening there too, but just stadium wise, just experience has sucked. It has not been good 2 years in a row. I wish they'd go back to Vandy because it was a lot better. But now Vandy's like demolishing half their stadium or
I was
something.
going to say, is that done yet?
I don't know. I have no idea. They're making like a
It'll be
boat.
the
I
only
don't
time Vandy has more than 5,000 people at an event there.
That's kind of ridiculous.
But I mean, just overall, DCI venues in general just had, actually, just all martial arts in general just had bad stuff going on. Like, it makes no sense.
Minus Lucas.
Well, Indy's different though because they know, like they've had it for how many years, and like every concession stand is open there pretty much. Like they got to think the whole half of that stadium is going to be full.
Yeah.
So like they know, but also you would think like San Antonio and Atlanta and Murfreesboro.
Where was it at? It was either San Antonio or Atlanta where concessions was an issue there too.
I think it was San Antonio. And then Atlanta, if I remember right, it was like they ran out of something is it toilet paper or something like that in the bathrooms. Like just straight up didn't have it. Like, I don't know. Get it together, venues. If it was a rock concert, I guarantee you all those lines would be open. There'd be less people there.
Yeah. So people show up to it.
All right, let's go to the nice. One more nice. I before I get heated and I go off on other teams.
Whose turn is it? My turn?
It's yours, yeah. Yeah, exactly you.
Whoops. Nice list. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with the flugelhorn soloist for the Blue Coats. That whole ballad. I'll just say the Blue Coats ballad this season. Chef's kiss.
No conductor. No full conductor.
No conductor.
Drum major, whatever you want to call.
Just out there vibing.
Just music.
Just music.
My nice. I'm going to shout out Noonan High School out of Georgia. We met them at the WJ Atlanta Percussion Regional this year, and some of the nicest people, nicest kids, nicest staff that we ever want to meet. I didn't meet him first. I kind of talked to the guy after our prelims run. We were just kind of talking to each other about stuff, and then I went away to listen to tapes. I always try to listen to tapes away from kids so I can cuss and do whatever I need to do by myself. And when I get back, the parents is like, his name is Josh Boyd. He's like, the Noonan director came over here and was very complimentary of you and of the kids, and he was really nice. I was just like, well, that's good. And everybody was just like super nice, everybody was just like super complimentary to him. And I think I saw him again later that day. Oh, I saw him in the concessions, in the hospitality room. I was just like, "Hey, my parents said they met you." He's like, "Dude, you have some of the best parents and nicest kids and stuff like." It's like, yeah, they better be because they know I'll kill them if they're not. But he was very complimentary, and his group played well, and he, like, we're going up to Worlds, and we're just gonna have a good time. It's like, listen, man, anything can happen up there. I said, the top two groups got bumped out, so who knows who's going to make finals? Like, we don't know what's going to happen. And they ended up making finals their first time going to Worlds, and so we met up there and continued to talk, and our kids cheered them on, and they cheered us on, and it's just really cool. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that's what it's about. And we've developed relationships with certain groups like that. Shout out to Escambia and Pensacola. And now they're another group that we kind of look forward to seeing out, when we go do these things again. So shout out to Noonan High School out of Georgia. His staff's great. We got to hang out in Vegas a little bit too. They all came up, and it was just really good to see people that are in activity for the right reasons. So they're on my nice list.
Cool. My nice list I have is DCI, the competition level from 13 to like 18 this year. I really enjoyed like that bottom tier this year a lot more than I have, even more than the 2022 season. Like, I feel like with Spirit Atlanta being back and Masson making a good run, and I just can't remember the name off the top of my head right now.
Academy?
No, not Academy. Pacific Crest. There we go. Yeah, Pacific Crest. Sorry, I just couldn't think of them. Yeah, just came up there and really, showed some good progress and stuff like that. So, kudos to those cores for, coming back or showing out this past season. It makes it a lot more enjoyable when those scores are better, especially when you're watching like San Antonio or something like that. And in the past, it has not been like that. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I can, hang around and do something until like, 13 comes up or something like that. Right. So really cool. Kudos to them. Appreciate all that they did this year. So
we got one more round, or
I don't know.
I mean, I think there's a supreme number one naughty list.
I think we all know what it is. Acknowledge. Yes, go ahead.
Chris, it was yours, so I'll let you.
Oh no! I mean, it was. I mean, I guess the this year we
debuted them Karen.
Yeah, we debuted a segment called Karen's Corner for a special segment that went to, I don't remember the name of that city now, but it was the Blue Stars and their city that I guess they
spring
training is happening at, and this person did not like them being there and made it known on, I don't know what social media page it was, but was not happy about it. I guess it goes in a naughty and nice list because it gave us some really good investigative stuff where said was we got like the satellite image of like the football stadium and seeing where these apartments were that she was talking about and all that stuff. So ultimate naughty was that Karen that was hating on the Blue Stars for literally doing their activity. So
that they do
every year. Yeah. Which we found out that that's not a unknown thing from that person. Some core members reached out to us and said, yeah, that happens a lot from that person. So
plan a vacation during that week or something.
Yeah, no, like it's not that hard to figure that out. So
a little less funny, or a more funny naughty. Blue Devils, share. Please share. Share. Okay. Didn't your mother tell you to share?
No.
21. Or is it 20? 20 or 21? It's been a lot. Share, guys.
It's been too many. That's what
you're awesome. Okay? You're awesome. We know. We get it. We're awesome.
I just have this feeling that it might be a little bit before we see them.
Nah, yeah, especially.
Don't.
I'm just
No,
saying.
listen.
I'm just saying, man.
I kind of agree, and the main reason why I agree is because the organizational part of
There
it
we go.
is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strong. It's so strong. It appears that the only groups that can kind of hang with them are Blue Coats, Crown, and Boston. Everybody else seems to be having, if it's not financial issues, it's inside organization issues of some sort. Like everybody's got something that's holding them back from hitting all areas of a good organization, and they're just there's no you don't I don't see a chink in armor.
Nope.
I don't. I just want them to go. I want to see them just go Super Saiyan God and just do it. That's all I want. I just want to see them just. You know what? We quintuple chunking everything. We're gonna ballot's gonna be marched at 280. Like we're throwing 47s on rifle, and because I know they can do it. I feel like they're doing just enough. They're like the dude with the old fisherman with the dollar on the string.
Oh yeah.
Gotta
Oh
be
yeah.
quicker than
You gotta be
that.
quick with
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
like they're doing they're just like, okay, they're gonna be a lot better this year, so we need to bump it up. I just want to see them just go full throttle 1 year.
They're like they are that group that like someone comes out with something and like, oh yeah, we can do that too. And then they just come out and just select someone by doing like something that
If they
group is known
put
for.
if they have TV screens, I'm done. I will never
See,
go
that's
again.
the thing about them though, is that they don't, knock on wood, they don't really do things like that. You know what I
No,
mean? Like,
what they'll have is they'll have like a frame, and they'll be like, "This is a TV. What do you see inside of
well,
it?
they made a
What
freaking
channel is your TV stuck
piece of
on?"
art on the
And,
field.
and
When was
it's
that? 4 years
get
ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, of Nighthawks and Dreams,
Yeah,
or
like they
Dreams and
did a
Nighthawks.
little painting out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was kind of cool though. I
that
did
was
like it.
cool. The show was, but
yeah.
that was cool. That part was cool.
Um, but yeah, nah, it's all love towards Blue Devils, but
Mm-hmm.
We're just
your mama
jealous.
told you to share, so so, so share. Um, and then I guess a cheesy nice shout out to everybody: WGI, DCI, DCA,
Yeah.
BOA, all your state marching band kids that went out and did the thing this year. Um,
Yes.
marching arts is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Color guard, indoor wins, it's hard. So for you to make it through a season, you are tougher than most.
Yep.
So
And shout out to all the band parents who
mhm.
haul trailers for free and bring their power drills and put props together and push props and sew uniforms and flags and at the last second and feed kids that aren't even theirs.
Build
And
trains for crazy drill riders and
yeah, the train wasn't my idea, first of
I will
all.
say that was not his idea.
That was
I'll
not
vouch
my
for him.
idea. It's really hard to write that, okay? But because I didn't know how. Well, that's
I
a
never
part of it.
forget when we were sitting that drill from when we had the train out there, and you're like, I didn't know how big the train was. And like, we had kids like dodging it. It was great. It was like it
Oh, the
was
back end was swinging
swinging
wide, and we're
around.
trying
Yeah,
not to kill people.
that was a
God.
whole rehearsal and a half. That was fun.
so all
Anyways,
right, time to metaphorically sit on Santa's lap.
Oh,
Um, said metaphorically. um, what are some things that you would wish for in the year of 2024 when it comes to pageantry arts? It could go however you want it to go. For me, I I will say inflation to go down, gas prices to go down.
right.
I want gas prices
world
to go
peace.
down.
They're too damn high.
Get these gas prices down so these kids can travel.
Well, and everything else.
And everything else. But,
I wish for Jeep Bugles to come back.
Oh, jeez.
I want more flanks. That's all what I want. Stop this.
We're not doing naughty lists again.
Backwards marching. I want flanks.
I'll go. Something on my wish list. I would love to see the cream crown come back.
That'd be cool.
Like everything that comes with that, not just the uniforms, but like that version of crown. Oh.
It's a throwback crown.
That's all I want. Not really.
This is hard.
I'll do Will's since he's not here.
Oh gosh.
Oh Lord.
Will's his wish list would be.
Can we put an asterisk on this real quick?
No, I'm gonna hit the nail on the head. For people to understand that percussion is not just the drum line. The front is a part of the percussion too. And then add in 12 more minutes of ranting and bantering of Will about how the Blue Devils and Boston and all those people have percussion sections, and Boston hides their pit because they never play, and da-da-da.
Well, I will say they will get that this Friday when our new React comes out with our special holiday one.
Oh,
Will does go on a rant for
yeah,
a little bit of time. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember it. Here's my wish list. Here's something that's it's just me personally wise. I want Crown. Crown. I want them to go dark this year. Like, I like Dark Crown, like Inferno Crown, like that Crown. Like, I want to see that come back.
Even Relentless Crown wasn't
Yes.
necessarily. We won't say dark.
Dark, but you know what I mean, like edgy. I want edgy Crown.
It was aggressive, yeah.
Yes, I want that to come back this year. So Crown, if you're listening, I'm sure you guys already had that in the works, but I want to see that come back because that's peak Crown to me. I think, or those years. So,
I like to see with the direction that they're going. I like to see Madison make a return back to finals.
That would be nice.
I like the direction they're going. I think they're trying to go back to the entertaining, raw edge in your face, and I think they can do it if they can just get a show nailed down with some good show design. I think they can do it because I 10 through 10 and down, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think it's all wide open now.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're starting to see it catch that trying to even out. The competition's starting to be a little bit more even. So, and Scouts is what got me excited about Drum Corps. So I'd love to see them back in finals.
It's a good one.
I would love to continue to see the Mandarins and the Colts keep climbing. Because those two groups have really impressed me the last couple of years.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to throw Troopers in that, but I'm afraid that with them doing the third part of this series, because I even feel like last season was a little bit too similar to the season before. And I feel like if we get a third helping of that, it's going to be even more, I don't want to call it vanilla, but I don't know. That's just my personal.
It's the third helping of the same dish.
Yeah.
Like there's only so much banana pudding you can eat before it starts getting.
The problem is it's working, sort of.
Yeah.
Like it's working for them because they're trying to keep the Americana side of it, but they're doing more of the dark side of that time period, the Western.
Yeah.
but how many more of those can they do? Like,
Yep.
there's only so many the good, bad, and uglies. Like it's so
Before they
I
all
don't know.
start to be the same movie,
Yeah, so maybe they can figure it out.
I had a wish list. I had one, and then I just lost it. Give me a second. I'm trying to think. What was it that I was going to say? Oh,
Well, I got a quick and easy.
I have one. It's kind of a stab. I guess it's a little bit of a stab, but my wish is that this new merger with DCA doesn't become a cluster. You know what? On Finals Day. I
I
am
don't think it
worried.
will. When I bought tickets, they're I think I told you guys this. They are doing a separate finals.
Yes,
So I believe
but it's like
that
mid
one
afternoon,
starts.
right?
I think it starts at like 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it starts at like 10:30, which would make me believe that semifinals is also for them would be also like Friday morning or something like that. So I think they have it scheduled to where it'll all work. I haven't really done a whole lot of research on it, but I did see a separate ticket bundle or a separate ticket for DCA all age stuff. I did see that.
That's something we can talk about a couple of months when we get closer to like that all happening. Just like what's that going to like look like and shape up? I think we got some people already signed up for like some shows, but I don't know about like open and all age because they're supposed to be combining their shows together, right? Is that the whole gist of it?
I
If
have
I
to go
remember
back
right,
and look.
I don't know,
I have to go back and look.
but
Another wish: good weather at WGI because, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. But I'm always going to wish for it because those, you know, if you're not familiar, you don't get an inside lot time. I mean, you can get tent time if you want it, but I mean, the big part of WGI is the lot.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and I know for us for finals, um, we got we almost got rained on. Like our warm up time started. We literally did a cold run, and then we packed everything up.
like that was like there's like a was it not a tornado warning, but it was like you guys were like
It was a
hunkered down.
thunderstorm warning. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a thunderstorm warning. They had people inside. It was a delay. Like it was a thing. I think they delayed the show an hour, um, and like and across a bunch of different sites. Um, so like I said, it doesn't happen every year, but when it does happen, it's a pain in the butt. It is. I mean, we dealt with it.
well, especially how much electronics you have nowadays, like
Yes,
just
Mm-hmm.
and how expensive equipment is, and not
because
good.
I asked the kids, it's like, guys, it's gonna rain. So what do y'all want to do? Do you want to try to fight through it? Do you want to do a run and pack it up? They was like, let's do a run and pack it up. I was like, all right, did a run and packed it up. And then they put us on delay. And then I was like, well, do you want to go back and do outside warm up, or do you want just use your tent time? We'll use tent time. Okay, so we used our tent time. Um, so we did 3 runs that day, or 4 if you include the competitive run. Because that tent was loud. God, it was loud. I was like, hey, that was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, man, you can't play that loud in here. I'm sorry. It's not going to end well for us if you
Just gonna need softer mallets.
yeah. So, good weather. That's what I'm wishing for WGI 24.
I'll stick on the WGI train, and I'm gonna wish for Mystique to medal again.
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
were they fifth or fourth
Listen,
last year?
fifth
Fifth. I think that's what I thought.
or sixth, or was it
Sixth.
sixth? I think it was
I
sixth.
thought it was fifth,
Either way,
but
They
still.
were sixth. Yeah, I was
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because Infinity popped them.
That's
mm-hmm.
right. Yep.
Yeah. A couple of my friends got kids in Mystique this year, so I'm kind of rooting for him too, Zach.
Well, hometown.
Yeah, hometown,
Always.
good people.
All right, I got one more wish list. Is that the transition between our DCI CEOs was smooth, and that we see a new track as into getting money into DCI. I'm really wishing some new sponsorships and some new looks that are positive for
Mm-hmm.
DCI to bring in a broader audience. Just really interested to see how that's going to work. So my wish and hope is that it's smooth and we see some exciting things coming from the brass up there.
Yeah, that'll help with. I forget the fancy word for it, but operational type of budgets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Something still's gonna have to happen on a core by core basis, though, for that to happen. Because I don't know how revenue sharing works for DCI.
We need to figure that out because we talk about that a lot, and we don't need. That'd be some holiday break investigation work we can do.
Cool. All right. Any other wish list things we got?
No injuries, lots of orange slices are available to everyone.
This year, of course, you eat the rookies every year. Why do they give you orange slices? It's like it's just a thing.
Don't worry about it. Take
always
it.
been a thing. And now they have merchandise. They have shirts and they have bags and I know our Senator Marimba, she has a shirt.
Of course she does.
She's like, I love the orange slices. I'm like, I bet you do. I'm sure you do.
You can get oranges every day.
Wow, these are different, man.
But they're not the WGI oranges.
These are Dayton oranges.
Yeah, exactly.
They are really special. So as we kind of wrap this up, what are some of you guys' greatest memories or best memories from this past year? Whether it's in the pageantry arts or just podcast, personally. What do you guys think?
I wrote my first show.
Yes,
Drill.
yes. Kudos.
I'm pretty proud of that.
That is.
It was quite an adventure.
That's.
I had a pretty big, say life change, but it was a big moment in my teaching career as far as like arts. Made a big switch from where I was for the last 8 years and made a switch over, and
That's right.
I
Cougar
did.
Pride.
Yep, I did, and it was awesome. It was a scary transition because I was kind of like semi-retired. I was like I don't know if I'm going to do it anymore. And then Zach and then director coaxed me back in, and I did it. So it was a lot of fun, and planning on doing it next year. There are some other big maybe life changes for me in the future. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. I don't know. We'll see. But this year was a good year, man. Got to go to Norway and Finland. Got to do that over the summer. I mean, got to do awesome stuff like that. And got to teach.
Norwayland.
Yeah.
Fenway.
Fenway.
Eden.
I mean, obviously for me, winning a world championship, those 2 days, that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are just a blur. Just never. That was always the goal, but never thinking that I would ever actually do it. That and with the kids that we did it with, with the type of show that we did it with, it was a really cool. It was a lesson for me, I think, in telling myself, don't sell myself short. Like, you are as good as people say you are. and it sucks that that's what it took for me to kind of believe it. I still don't believe it half the time,
Dude, imposter
but
syndrome is real.
it is real,
Right.
man.
Right.
It is
It's
real.
so real.
It is real. But when you're around people who are excellent at what they do, and you compare yourself all the time. And my boy Calvin Warren is at Christian County, who's said it best: "Comparison is the thief of joy." And uh,
Hmm.
for everything that I wish my group was, somebody around me wishes their group was like mine.
Yep.
And we have to kind of learn how to be happy with what we have sometimes, and it's okay to aspire to be better, um, but also to know that when you have something that's really cool. So, but yeah, that was one of that by far was probably the highlight of the year for me, for sure.
I don't think anyone could beat that one, man. That was like in our
I,
circle. Like, I mean, we all work together. That's always, that's always been the push, and to see it finally happen for one of us was awesome. So,
yeah, and Will can be included in this conversation too. I think we all have worked hard to be great at what we do, whether it's just teaching our subject area, or being a good marching arts creator, drill writer, visual writer, music writer, and I think we all push each other to be great and to do it our way. We've always wanted to do it the way that we thought it should be done,
Hmm.
and I think to some extent we've all had success doing that, and it's kind of cool to watch. I tell kids all the time, especially middle school kids, because they didn't want to be popular, and they want to have all these friends. It's like surround yourself around people who are like-minded like you, as far as like wanting to become a better person, um, wanting to be a better musician, or wanting to be a better athlete. Or you surround yourself with people like that,
Hmm.
and you don't have to worry about somebody not being happy for your success or being jealous of you because you're doing well. Because to me, when I won, we all won. That's the way I looked at it. Because we've all helped that program 16 years in the making get to
Hmm.
that point, and I still look at it that way. No matter what happens over the next, several years or whatever, it's like we all were a part of building that thing together, and
Yep.
you know, and if Franklin Simpson has success, Chris, you can look back and like, well, I helped set the foundation of that.
mhm.
And same thing at Logan County. You guys with Dayton, like you surround yourself with good people who are trying to always better themselves. And when they win, you win.
Hmm.
So
I was like, that's one of my favorite things about our group is that like we don't. It sounds kind of weird saying this, but we don't buckle to the we're going to do it this way because everyone else is doing it. I mean, that's something that just working with each other is like, no, we're going to do it the way it's supposed to do. It's an educational opportunity to progress people, and whatever comes with it,
Hmm.
right?
yeah,
And
Yep.
so I think that's why stuff like what you did is even more sweeter because the reward is all that hard work the kids did to become better, and
Yep.
now they're educated to a point where they have skills that they would not have if they didn't do this activity. So
yeah,
that's always an awesome part of doing
yeah.
this.
And the ed part of it has to come first. I mean, that success pushed not only them during marching season, but I think it pushed the band. Um, our band director said a lot. Said a lot. He said, "If they could do it, why not us? We have no excuse anymore." Um, and I think that pushed the marching band to have a really successful season as well. Um, so it's iron sharpens iron. We talk about that all the time, and when people beat us, I'm like, all right, what are they doing that we're not doing? Like,
Hmm.
how? All right, and you ask them, and people ask me for help all the time. I'm just like, listen, man, you more than welcome to come out. Here's what I do. I'll tell you what I do. And sometimes it's crazy. I don't know, but
You remember that time? I'm sorry, I was thinking about that. That comment you just made. We just made semifinals, and we had that triangle. You remember that? I think it was
mm-hmm.
when Zach was a senior, and a lot of people came out because,
The fire and ice year.
yeah, a lot of people came out just to see what we were doing. We're over there just like being stupid, A lot of people are like, what's going on? I'm like, well, what?
Like, we're just trying to see what we can do with the triangle.
I was thinking about that all the time. Like, be like, what's all your secret? I'm going to come out and watch this. And we're like, like trying to make this triangle.
Hey, what if we have them do this? Yep, that's in.
Oh, man.
That's always how we've operated, though. Like, it really is. I know it drives people crazy. It's like, because I tell people all the time, it's like, if you watch us work, it never looks like we should be getting anything. We got a new little girl in our ensemble this year, and apparently she went home to her mom, and her mom was like, well, how'd it go? And she's like, they talk a lot. It's like, yeah. That's about right. But nah, that's the thing about us. I say we, even in this podcast, we like to do it our way. Like, and because of that, we stick out. We might not be the most polished. We might not be the most status quo, but people enjoy us because we do it our way. We're not afraid to be us, and I think that's really, really cool. As somebody said this, and I can't remember who it was. If I could, I would give them credit. But the thing is, in order to be outstanding, you have to be willing to stand out.
Amen.
And us, our students, our friends, our parents are not afraid to stand out. They are not afraid to be who they are, and I love all of the people in my circle, all the people in my tribe, because of that. That it's it comes from my family. My family, I am the opposite of my family. My family's outgoing and loud, and I'm the introvert. Like, I'll sit somewhere and just listen for an hour just to listen to them talk. but it's still cool. It's super cool. Super. So, anything else?
I think I'm good, man. I think that was a good little wrap up we had there.
Yeah. Down in the comments below, let us know your favorite things of the seasons, whether it's, like I said, DCI or WGI or BOA or anything, because we could have kept talking. Like, we didn't even talk much about BOA stuff. There's so much to our activity, but if you got something that you want to put somebody on a nice list or a naughty list, or what's your wish list, like anything that we talked about today, best memory on the podcast, whatever it is, put it down in the comments below. Let's end the year out with just some positivity and some happiness in the comments, and bring 2023 with a close, because it's been for me, it's been a banner year. I'm worried that I wasted all my good luck this year.
I'll stop it.
But it's been a really good year for a lot of things. WGI's flourishing, DCI's back, BOA was great this year. Like, just no complaints. There's some things that need to be fixed, but I think people are in the right position to fix those things. So you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts,
or anywhere that you get your podcasts.
Yeah, anywhere that you get your podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
So listen. I know you guys are going to be traveling.
A quick note, real quick. This is our final episode for On the Back Hash, but there will be a couple of reacts coming out to hold you over.
For the year.
Yeah.
Not the final one ever.
No.
Unless we get canceled for some reason.
Yeah. The final one for the year, but we'll have some reacts throughout on YouTube, so go check those out. We got a really special one on Friday that I'm excited about. So got that, and we'll have some other ones that you can watch as well. And if you want, I know this is not react, but anything you want us to react to, let us know. We'll do it. We got a couple of requests that we need to get through. So
yeah, we got about a month and a half for indoor start. So we need some stuff to do.
Well, we got winter meetings for DCI coming up with proposals. We got that coming up. So that'll be interesting to see what's going to happen there, because last year was a dandy of a winter meeting. So, and it'll be
And BOA's got a big announcement too.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they're talking about as well.
Yep.
So lots of stuff. So from all of us, me, Chris, Zach, and Will, to you guys, have a very blessed holiday season. Be safe.
Yes.
Hug your loved ones.
Yes.
Go play Jingle Bells out in the street with your trombone. I don't know, but
I'll do that right now. See if HOA kicks me out.
Right. But just have a great holiday season. So from all of us to all you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Boxing Day, all that good stuff. And we are
out.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I was going to wait to see how long y'all was going to do.
Oh, that's all I got.
See y'all, everybody.
Merry Crisis.